Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Wesley Wednesday. Here we are again on another Wednesday, and I'm excited to share this message with you. And the message today is to lead by example. So it's Pride Month still, right? There's a lot to celebrate in reference to the LGBTQIA plus community and our allies slash co-conspirators. However, this past week, I was called something that I haven't been called before. I was called a witch, and I was called into, I guess it'll be a death threat because there were people, some Christians to be more specific, who were justifying the fact that I, as a queer person who is also a member of clergy, I'm an ordained elder and stepping into pastoral ministry, that I should be dead. And they used, scriptures to justify my death and people who identify as I do, our deaths and why it brings God glory. And I was so perplexed. I was distraught. I was just saddened. My heart was grieved that even in 2022, there is more of a desire for some who would believe that our lives will be more godly if we were heterosexual or cisgendered, etc. And so the message again is leading by example because even though I was feeling all of the things that I felt in those death threats that were justified by religious rhetoric and dogma, my example was to further interrogate what these individuals were suggesting and inviting them into having a conversation by having a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. And that's a major accomplishment. That's maturity. So I'm sharing that just as one example for you all to know that it is so important to lead by example. Some people will not like us, and I'm speaking to the intersections of our identity, but more respectfully, since this is Pride Month, I'm talking to us. Living by example will help to show people what the divinity of love encompassed in a earthen vessel that continues to be traumatized by people who don't love and don't care for us. Living and leading by the example is by sharing that, hey, we are who we are, we love who we are, and we will continue to show love and to give love even when it's not always reciprocated unto us. That we're not going to wish death upon anybody because they are different than us, but instead, in order to be in community, we learn from each other and from our differences, right? That is what makes us stronger as we rise together. So, look, that's the message for today. If you're being challenged, have been challenged, lead by example, right? It doesn't mean that we're going to do everything right because we don't. We are human, but lead by the best example that you can, an example that is not toxic, an example that is not egotistical. Lead by an example that is pure in integrity, pure in love, and pure in practice, right? So until next time, I love you to life and life more abundantly. Take care.